Hi, I'm Evelyn, and this is a tutorial on how to Rickroll your friend's jazz guitar edition. So, this is a tutorial, so you will not be seeing my face after this clip, but you will be able to see what's going on here. For some background, I have been playing jazz guitar with my school for the past 3 years, and I have composed and performed 5 jazz solos. So, I really like jazz. But this is a little bit more of a complicated tutorial, so I know I did another tutorial in the past, and this one is jazz, so it's going to be a little bit harder, but I do have a link to a Google Doc in the description below, and if you can't access that, then let me know and I will change that. But it has all the chord shapes that you'll need, and it has the general layout of the song and how to play that. So before we start, I highly suggest you go check that out, learn the chords, and we'll come back. For those who are interested in amp settings, this is kind of what I have. I have it on clean, and I have the gain and treble around the middle and reverb up pretty high. Gain helps it kind of have that deep, full sound, and tone gives it that bright, metallic sound, and reverb fills the space in pretty well. So I have those around the middle, and yeah, that's basically the most important thing with the amp setting. So for those who have watched the actual cover, you might have noticed that I don't use a pick. I use my fingers. So I do this kind of picking technique. I don't know if it's like classical or something, but basically just suppose I'm playing the A minor 7 chord. It's on the chord chart, so you can go take a look at that. But I'll use my thumb for the bass note. So right now the bass note is A, which is the lowest note here. And then the rest of my fingers will go on each of the other strings. So I can pluck the bass note first, and then the other strings. Just sounds cool, so I'll be doing that throughout the whole video, so that would be good to practice. Okay, so I already have the chords on the dock, but this is how they sound in case you're wondering if it sounds right, because they are jazz chords, so they do sound a bit funky. But this is the F major 7. Then the G7, then the E minor 7, then the A minor 7, and then the E7. So that's what the chords sound like, in case you needed to know that. But now I'm going to go through like the chord progression, just playing the chords, and I'm going to go slowly, but if you need to go slower, you can absolutely slow the video down. So it goes like this. So when using the fingerstyle technique where I pluck the bass note with my thumb and then the rest of the chord with these 4 fingers, with each chord change, I first start by plucking the entire chord, so I pluck the bass note and the rest of the chord together, and then I pluck the bass note and then the higher strings, and I just alternate that. So it sounds like this. So if I'm playing the F major 7, I will start with playing the whole chord, and then the bass note, then the rest of the chord. So that is sort of the pattern to it. And it has a little bit of a swing to it, so it gives it a little bit more of the jazzy feel. So you can go back and practice that, because that'll be sort of the feel for the rest of the chords. So before we start doing the fills, let's just go through the progression. So starting with the F major 7. So some parts there isn't enough time to do the alternating. So in that case, you just pluck the whole chord if the chord change is really quick. So now that we got a lot of the basics out of the way, we can start doing the fun stuff. So this is the first pickup at the beginning of the song. So to play that, put your fingers in the A minor 7 chord shape, and it's going to stay there for the entirety of the pickup. So it's just 3 notes. So you want to play the 4th string, and then hammer onto the 7th fret. So hammering on makes it so you don't have to pluck it again. You just pluck it once, and the force of hammering it on will produce sound. And then pluck the 3rd string. So that's the pickup, and then from there you launch into the rest of the song. Now this is where the second pickup is, and unlike the first one, you're not going to stay in the G7 chord shape. You're going to lift your hands off completely, and then play the open 3rd string, and then hammer onto the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and then pluck the 1st fret of the 2nd string. So, together with the 1st pickup and the 2nd pickup, it sounds like this. There is one more little thing I do want to cover. So there is, in the second time through, so you know, like the same progression, it repeats twice. In the second time through, for the say goodbye, I do something different there. So instead of just playing the E minor 7, I take my 3rd finger, so your 3rd finger should be on the 2nd string, and then I flatten it so it reaches the E string. That might take a little bit of practice. If you don't have double jointed fingers, then you can just use your wrist. So it adds a little bit of an extra bit to it, so that's something fun. So at this point you have all the tools you need to play the whole song. So at this point all you gotta do is practice a lot. So I'm going to play this slowly for you in case you want to practice with it. So here it goes. So that pretty much concludes my tutorial, and if I missed anything or you have any more questions, please ask questions. I will be happy to answer them. Just write a comment or something and I will look at that. And if you have any more suggestions for songs I can jazzify, let me know. And if you want tutorials and other things, then also let me know. So yeah, thank you for tuning in, and I hope this was helpful, and I hope that your friends will be successfully rickrolled. So yeah, bye.